everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Globe Talks with Trader series, where you can learn about the ins and outs of crypto trading. I'm your host, Sunlight, and today I'm delighted to welcome onto the show Chris Yu, CEO at SignalPlus. So, what I want to find out about the trading strategies and the business lines of an options-focused firm, and also the different types of automated trading bots that they offer. So, on to the interview. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Good. I'm good.
I'm great, thank you. So, can you tell us a bit about your background and how you got into crypto trading?
Sure. For the past 10 years, I have been working in investment bank for FX trading. The first 6 years, I've been working with Goldman on the NDF desk, mostly on North Asia currencies. And then I moved to Morgan Stanley in 2017 for China trading as well, mostly on FX. But I actually has a dream to run a startup since 10 years ago. So during the 10 years investment bank life, I had been actually part-time running some side business on startup with my current partner. So my current partner is actually a repeat entrepreneur for the past 10 years. So I have been part-time participating in some of his projects. But given the project before SignalPlus has actually non-financial background, so I only need to let the SFC know what we were doing, and that's fine. And we started to look at crypto last year. The background of that is that actually I resigned in 2019 and go back to China to run a startup for tax solution. It's a SaaS company, so software company. But then I was quite unlucky, I would say. I resigned at the end of 2019. I go back to China. China got locked down. And then the tax business doesn't really go well. And Morgan Stanley has been treating me well as well. They told me if you are going back to run a startup, you don't really need to resign. You can take a 6 months, 9 months sabbatical leave. So and actually go back to Morgan Stanley mid of 2020 to feed my family, basically. The startup didn't really go well under the COVID-19. And then we start to, so the team was actually surviving. The business not really doing okay, but we survived. It's like almost a balanced cash flow thing. But then we were also looking for ways of other stuff. We looked a little bit on like macro equity market, and we start to look at crypto early 2021. We realized there are actually lots of things that we can do in this space. We started with some linear strategy, but then we realized we really want to go with option, given our team is a more diverse background, and we want to leverage that. That's a basic my roadmap for the past 10 years, I would say.
That's awesome. Thank you. As a trader for over a decade now, what do you think makes a good trader?
I think there are two parts of things that make a good trader. Apparently, the first part will be risk management skills. You have to be very solid on risk management skills. Based on my experience, I would think a good trader. So basically, the most solid skill that I think is to tail risk management. So basically, you always have your portfolios tail well managed. And based on my experience, I think for the past maybe 20 years, for those traders who consistently can make money from macro or equity, have one like common features. They actually run a positive carry trade. They manage their tail risk properly so that the book at all time has a positive like a buffer, and then they can properly use that buffer to leverage up using different instruments to bump up on the P&L. So that would be the way I think a good trader in terms of risk management. Another perspective of being a good trader is more like a person quality. I would think one point I think most important is never think you are smarter than the market. So actually, for a trader, the biggest risk that you are taking is a lot of the time is not the market risk itself, because as long as you are aware of the market risk, you can actually manage it. A lot of time is that if a trader thinks he's smarter than the market, he cannot be wrong. And that's a time when a trader can lose a lot of money. So, but that part is kind of difficult to keep humble all the time, because let's say there must be one day you make $10 on a day, and the next day you become a bit loose in your hand. So that's just that's a human being, I would say. The other one is the other one quality of a person, I would say, is honest and brave. Actually, you need a lot of courage and brave enough to be honest with yourself. So I mean, honest is maybe sound weird, but you have to be 100% honest with yourself, so that you can tell yourself there are a lot of things you don't know and you cannot do well, and then you need to tell yourself this is something that I really need to be cautious, because I'm not too familiar with this. So I mean, if you ask anyone in the market, who did you cheat the most in your life? I would say most of us actually cheated ourselves the most, because we have been cheating on our own. So that part, I think is a very important quality to make a good trader as well. Yeah.
Thank you. So, how has your past experience as a trader influenced your role at SignalPlus?
I would say apparently one most important is that being a trader is actually an end user of SignalPlus platform. So SignalPlus is a platform that develop an option trading system, include your risk management, P&L analysis, and execution. So as a trader, I know like our end clients, what their needs, what their demand. That's the most direct, that's the most direct influence to my role, because most of the products function is designed by myself. And Another is that as a trader, given the features I mentioned above, is always respect the market and always been honest. And that part of quality helped me to build a team together. So a lot of the team members in our company has been working with us for 8 years. So basically, we are a startup that has been stayed together for almost 8 years, because both myself and my partner, we are very honest and we respect like our colleagues a lot. I think as a trader, that definitely reminds me all the time to be humble, to respect the market, and to respect the talent market, to have the best people to work with us. Yeah.
Awesome. So, can you tell us a bit about what Signal Plus actually does and what are your key business lines?
Yeah, sure. We are more like an option trading platform where you can get the liquidity from us. So I would say it's a P&L analysis. So you can actually see your different risks. You can manage your concentration risk, pin risk on your strikes, and you can do some stress test on your portfolio to see what kind of scenario, what's your P&L will look like to make a better decision. We also design robots to help the traders to execute the trade in the market in a better way. For example, we help the trader to execute multi-leg combo trades in the exchange directly using AI-based algo to get around mid-level. So basically, let's say you want to trade a 3-leg trade, it's difficult to get around mid, but then we get an algo to help you to do that without having you or putting you on any single leg exposure. And also we develop robots to help the trading firm to be market maker. So in crypto space, especially crypto option space, market maker is actually not enough, I would say, for the liquidity provider perspective. But that's because in the market, a lot of the trading firm has only 5 to 10 people. But then 5 to 10 people is not really enough to develop an option market making system. So we develop an option market making system that is highly automated, so that you don't really need to hire 4 to 6 traders to watch the book over 3 time zones 24/7. You can only have one trader to manage all your market making book, and using our robots in an automated way. That's what SignalPlus main business line and what our main products, more like a SaaS or PaaS company. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, it sounds like through the use of bots, it makes everything more efficient. And would you say that bots are less prone to like human error? Can you fully trust bots?
It actually depends on what kind of trade. I do understand. So as old school trader, I mean, even myself at the beginning, you won't trust it. But at the end of the day, I ask myself a question. So you don't trust the bot because the reason is what? So if the reason is about the bot is losing money, then basically it's a design of your strategy, right? I mean, because the bot is just doing what you told him to do. And then if it's losing money, then that means strategy has an issue. If you're worried about the technology issue, on that part, I'm actually least worried because if it's technology issue, it's solvable. I mean, you probably can encounter some kind of a technology issue, but once we found it, we can solve it. And then that's not something that we should really worry. But the key thing is, let's say I'm a trader who doesn't really trust the robot at all, then I cannot really do one of the most popular trades in crypto last year is the arbitrage strategy. I mean, I cannot really human execute it. It must be robot, right? So at the end of the day, I chose to trust it, and I actually become a little bit big fan of it. I spend a lot of time design our own robot. So every time my trader update any parameters in the market making robots, I would ask him the first question: what did you amend? Is there anything that we can do to automate it? Why do we need your intervention? So that's the most frequent asked question on our trading desk. So we want to automate all the decision making made by human as long as it's feasible.
That's awesome. Thank you. Just going back to what you guys are focused on. So you said you're focused on offering options. So, from a risk management viewpoint, why are you focused on options and not other types of derivatives?
Apparently, so first from business perspective, I think if you look at the option, the landscape right now, the daily volume is around $1 billion dollar notional versus linear products like 100 billion something. So it's like 1% out of the linear product. But if you look at the stock market or the FX market, the ratio is almost around 100%, or in US stock, it's actually higher than 100%, right? Which means the option has a big room to go. And also from risk management perspective, I would think with more institutional clients coming into this space, they would need a proper leverage tool to do leverage trading, and option would be the best instrument. I actually got asked a lot of questions when we do some a presentation with investors. One investor actually asked me one question. So Chris, if I can do 100 times leverage using perpetual, and why would I need an option to leverage up? So I think June and May market actually was a very good example that's why you need the option to do leverage instead of leverage long, because there are a lot of company lose money or bankrupt because of the leverage long using linear product. I mean, assume you had bought just a call option, you would only lose your premium, right? So we believe the option would be one of the necessary instrument to have explosive growth in the next 2-3 years, and both from business perspective and also from risk management perspective.
That's awesome. Thank you. It's nice to know about the different types of contracts and what the risks are associated with them. So, thank you. Right. Can you tell us about recent milestones you hit at SignalPlus?
Yeah, sure. I think the most recent one would be we closed our A round fundraising last month. It had been not the best timing. We started to do the fundraising at the end of April, and then market started to crash. We go through May and June and managed to close it. I would say that's relatively biggest milestone we have done in the past quarter. And also another big milestone is that we established a partnership with a few top tier exchanges for them to use our tool, to use our platform for their users to have a better option trading experience. Those partnerships would definitely help us to build a stronger brand and also stronger franchise at the same time. And then our product goes live actually last week. So that will be also another milestone. So basically we go public to external users, but we have been having the product since February. Given it's a trading tool, we did a long enough test for the past half year, and we finally launched it to external user last week. So that would be the 3 milestones we had in SignalPlus.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So you said you launched last week. How has the reaction been to it?
I think we did get a lot of attractions, and a few positive signal has been reached out to me is that we got more partnership calls, and we got all like exchanges and trading firm reaching out to us, want to use our tools. That would be all good signals. But then we probably will only start to do official marketing since September. Given it's still, I mean, we are very cautious on trading tool. We want to have the tool fully test out before we scale up. So I would say so far so good. But then long way to go. It's a startup still.
Well, best of luck. So, who are the current users already using Signal Plus?
We are actually open to all the users, I mean, including retail. But current user, I would say, of course, some are part of retail users, and then a few trading firm, crypto trading firm are our pilot user as well, because it actually takes time for us to allocate our robots into one trading firm. Let's say you are a big trading firm, you want to use our robot to do market making. It takes us around 1 to 1.5 months to allocate our software into your server so that we don't really have your data, blah, blah. We can only do a maintenance on a weekly basis to upload our new features. But then it takes us some time to help you test out everything. So we are actually running a little bit short of a capacity right now, given there are actually too many trading firms reaching out to us.
So would you recommend for, let's say, let's talk about retail. Would you recommend newbie traders to use automated trading bots, or would you say they're more for experienced traders?
Again, it's actually, I would say there are 3 types of automation. So let's say for the arbitrage strategy, it doesn't matter whether you're a newbie or not, because there are a lot of developer trader in this market doing great job of doing arbitrage, because the logic is super simple. It doesn't really take any trading experience. As long as you see the price difference, you can do it. It's actually the technology that make a difference. If you are faster, you have better technology, you can actually make more. So that part of, I would say, in terms of no experienced traders, they can still make a great return, right? And then the second type is in between of a sophisticated robot and the RB1s. It's like something like a dynamic data hedge. So we call it gamma trading in option. So this one takes some experience to decide what kind of frequency you want to hedge your data, and how you want to manage your gamma. And this, but then at the end of the day, no matter how experienced you are, doing gamma trading, the decision making only needed from human is how frequent I want to do it. Let's say if the market is like 2.5 sigma move, I want to stop the hedge. And within 1.5 sigma, I wanted to hedge in a lower frequency as well. So this is actually the human experience or decision making by human that takes experience. But then for the hedging itself, it's better to be automated than human trading itself. I had a very close friend in option trading who has been trading FX option for over 20 years. And he's working in a hedge fund. A lot of the time when I meet him for lunch, he looks exhausted because he spent the night trading his gamma. I mean, imagine this is automated. So I would think this part, the automation is necessary, but then the experience, it does take time. But then the third part is like a market making robot or like option risk management robots. And this part, if you are a newbie trader, you definitely cannot use it because there are a lot of parameters you don't even understand. So I would say the 3 types of robots is actually different. It doesn't really matter like whether you are a newbie trader or not. It's more like what strategy you are doing. We actually experience all these kind of strategies or robots, and we develop most of them. We have RB1, we have a data hedge one, we have market making and risk management ones. So we are quite familiar with all different type of robots. Yeah.
So to finish up, let's have a chat about the current market pulse. So Obviously, right now we're in a bear market. So what strategy does SignalPlus have in place to navigate these choppy waters?
You mean the trading strategy, right? So, or business strategy. Okay. So,
Yeah.
So on the trading side, I would say we are mostly running risk neutral strategy. So for example, the one of the most successful strategy we have been running is market making. The volatility is going like higher, which means the bid offer is wider, especially for option market. So we have been we actually had done a quite good job in the past 2 months working on the market making in option. And then we are kind of looking into some sort of other systematic trading as well. But we still want to do a relatively risk neutral way to collect some money from the wall surface. I would say direction wise is on a short wall basis, but with tail risk and front end risk well managed. That's the strategy that we would be focused in terms of trading. So to build and to make our tool and platform in a better tool for the users instead of focusing too much on our own trading. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give us a like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to try out any of the tips or tricks that Chris just gave us, don't forget to check out Globe Exchange. So happy globe trading, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.